Hello everybody. This is well, what Robert and I decided to do an emergency live because we need to talk about this one. So once Robert joins us, we'll be talking about this. And yes, hold on just a second. I think he's joining now, unless Instagram is having issues. There you are. Hello.
Hello. Is the sound okay? First off.
Sound is good. How's the sound for you?
No, I can't hear you. What? You don't have any sound.
Seriously?
No, I'm just joking. Messing around as always.
Yeah. Dickhead. Hey, Dram Doer, how are you? Right.
So this is not Umiki. This is Watford to start off.
You're drinking something else and we're doing our Umiki. Shame on you.
Well, I am hungover, so.
Well, that's your fault.
It isn't someone else's. Hello, Dram Doer. We are fine. I am fine, at least. I don't know about Sarah.
No, I'm okay. The bad mood is past, so we're all good now. But anyways, to the topic at hand, we're talking about Umiki. Umiki is, I think we're both pleasantly surprised by this, which is why we decided to do this emergency live, because we weren't going to do any lives until I got finished moving up to Scotland in November. But this is just so damn good and so interesting that I thought we'd have a quick live about it and talk about it. And Umiki is a Japanese blend. They use ocean desalinated water to make Japanese malts, and then they use some imported malts to make this, and they finish it in Japanese pine casks. And so it's just, to me, really fascinating sort of whiskey that I don't think is one you're going to come across too often. So I shall ask you first off, because I think you give a great description of the nose on this. How did you find this?
Exactly. The nose for me on this whiskey is what sets it apart from a lot of other stuff that I've tasted. I mean, it for me, it feels like walking in a pine wood. When you got the smell of pine needles, and I think it's so apparent. I don't know if it's the power of suggestion because it says it's been finished in pine barrels, but I think that the nose on this is simply amazing.
Yeah,
and it is a Japanese whiskey according to Japanese legislation about Japanese whiskey.
Yes, to contextualize that comment a bit, I had a bit of a comment on my review saying it wasn't Japanese, but it is in fact Japanese whiskey. So, and you can read about it on their website. They're fully transparent. It's made with Japanese malts as well as some imported
imported grain.
Absolutely, yes.
And I think that's probably because that's why they imported the grain whiskey, because I suspect that Japanese has focused on the single malt and try to import the grain whiskey or something like that. I mean, I don't find that disturbing or anything like people can think. It's no problem for me.
I think a lot of whiskey enthusiasts are aware of past problems with Japanese whiskey and are aware of it. But this is a brand which is fully transparent, fully aware, and it fully discloses what it is. And it is a Japanese blended whiskey. I think what makes it so unique, though, is the pine finish, though. For me, I think when I smell it, I get a lot of ocean sea spray, and I commented on a very specific scent I got, and that was the wood decking of a ship. And I thought it sounded a bit silly because I usually hate like descriptions like that. Oh, you know, the meadow in a day. But no, it did actually smell like the deck of a ship to me, a wooden ship, and it was. I have fond memories of ships like that. So it was just absolutely amazing. And you're talking about the pine. I taste the pine when I sip on this.
Taste the pine, so
I get a bit of it. You know, I think this is worth comparing to the Irish Carac, which is an Irish with single malt, which is finished in a seaweed charred barrel. And that also to me brought a lot of ocean and woody notes with it. But the thing about Kurak is that it evolved so amazingly in a short amount of space of time, that I'd be fascinated to see what this one does, because it sort of has the same flavor profile and same make to it. So I think it would be absolutely interesting to keep this one around for a few months and keep coming back to it to see how it evolves. You've already drank quite a bit, though. It's so good.
I mean, you know me, I don't usually drink whiskey a lot.
No, you don't.
From the same bottle, actually. So this is, it's taken a huge dent for me. Yeah, and that means that I like it. And to be clear, this is a blended whiskey. I mean, that's pretty cool because it has so much things going on in it. So people that slag blends, it's a common thing to say that, oh, every blended whiskey is all shite and you should only drink single malt, so you should drink like it. But I mean, for the last few months, I've had amazing single grains. I've had amazing blends. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff. And how we spell the name, Umiki. Umiki.
Yeah. Umiki. They are on Instagram. So you can follow them and then click to the link in the description for their website, which another thing worth mentioning, as you were talking about blends, sorry to interrupt, this is quite award-winning, this little blend. So I think it's worthy to not be snobby about only drinking single malts, to be honest.
No, that's bullshit, because you should try a lot. You should find your passion. I mean, it's like bourbon. You can try wheat whiskey. You can try aged vodka poutine. You tried poutine this week. I'm aware of, or something. I mean, try whatever you like, and you will find some new stuff. And that's, I think, what life is about: experiencing new things. And I say that I never buy a whiskey. I buy an experience. So if I buy something I don't like, I'm an experience richer for it. So I like that.
That's a very philosophical way to put it. I think that's a great way to put it. And I think as well, with us describing the smells of this whiskey, I'm linking it to some fond childhood memories. So as far as buying an experience, as you say, this is a good experience for me. But to be honest, it is quite simply put, it's a damn good whiskey. And I've had my eye on it for ages just by how fascinating it was. But bottom line, it's very drinkable. It's very enjoyable, very approachable.
And as I remember it, you set me onto it or something like that. You talked about Umiki from the get-go. And I found that it was released in the Swedish Systembolaget, the monopoly store. And you were actually gifted a bottle, to be clear. So that we don't anger the Instagram gods, but you had it gifted, but you weren't paid for this review or something like that. So
no,
well, I paid for it, so I'm pretty. I'm not biased in any way, but I really, really like this one.
No, but the thing is even though, full disclosure, I was gifted this bottle by the good people at Umiki. But the thing is I've followed them for some time, and unfortunately they don't have a big following, but I've been fascinated with their process for so long that I would have bought a bottle. And to be perfectly honest, when this one is done, I will probably buy another one. So no, we haven't been paid to do this. It is just a good bottle and a fascinating bottle. I think that you and I really like the fascinating, unique bottles, and that's what I love about this one.
Yeah, and I like to have a good take on sustainability. So cheers,
yes, cheers,
and everyone else that I've missed, because it's hard to see the comments, so it's just popping up, and it's a little tiny window. But I mean, sustainability an important factor. Use local goods, and you try to minimize the carbon prints. I don't know how you do that when you import grain, but you can try it at least as well. Plant a tree or something like that. But I mean, for me, it's an important factor. But if you can, use locally sourced goods and minimize transport and plant some trees, and I'm a happy guy. Yeah.
And they do talk about their sustainability on their website as well. So you can look at it further. But bottom line, I think this is a great whiskey, and I think maybe in the new year we should come back to this one and see how it's evolved. I seriously will predict this will be like the Irish Kurak, and it will evolve quite interestingly.
Mm.
I'm interested to see what kind of flavors it will evolve just in the time I have it.
Yeah, I'll try to not drink it. I have some other bottles, I guess, and I'm behind on trying some stuff I've received lately. So, a few things that I would like to shout out before we go, if it's okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. First off, you have interviews that you do on Saturdays. I like them, and you don't. Supposedly, you need some new guests. So, if you get approached by Sarah, please respond and please book up a time for an interview. I mean, she has a following of around more or less 4,500 people or something like that. So if you
Roughly, yeah.
want to be in the spotlight, if you have a brand or something like that, supposedly they can also contact you, I guess.
Yeah,
If they
that's
have
really
something interesting. And I mean, it's a simple question. How did you fall in love with whiskey? So you don't have to talk about mash bills or whiskey nerding or something like that. It's about the passion. So please answer, please respond, because I like my Saturday morning
Thank you.
coffee. So I have to have that or I will lose it. And next thing also is that we will probably be doing some short Christmas cheer or something like that. So
Yeah.
we'll see if anyone wants to be in on that. So we perhaps pick up a few, like 5 second snip from a person saying cheers and happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and we'll edit that together and put it up on Instagram just for the crack. And crack
Yeah,
is not
absolutely.
drugs; it's for fun, to be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Our Irish viewers will know that one. But thank you very much. Yeah, no, I do enjoy doing the interviews. So thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. So yeah, just write back to me. But yeah, the Christmas video, we're going to be trying to get as many people as we can just to do a sort of Christmas cheer or whatever
Yeah.
holiday you celebrate this time of year, so that the whole whiskey community can have a wee video of just, you know, talking to each other and wishing each other happy holidays. I think
Yeah.
that's a fabulous idea, and it was your idea, so we shall get on that.
And it's not Christmas in the Christian sense. It's the holiday time. So, like you say, if you're part of any other religion, I'm not a religious person. So, but just for fun and just for a sense of community that we actually have in the
Absolutely.
whiskey community parts on Instagram. Yeah, that's all I had. So,
Yeah, no, I think this was just a wee live just for this one, because usually we do longer lives with several tastings. But I
yeah.
think just to talk about this dram was important to us because it's so fascinating. But yeah, I think maybe if we make it short and sweet, and you can go nurse your hangover, and
Yep,
we shall
I will.
reconvene.
And I mean, also, as you said, you were gifted a bottle. I think it's important to spotlight. I mean, if you're gifted something, if you receive something from some kind brand or some kind person, it is a good thing to throw it out there a bit more than just a post, I'd say. So
Yeah.
that's
No,
a reason as well. I mean, just
and
promoting
I
people.
thank the lovely people at Umiki for this very much.
Yeah, I understand.
And but my reviews are my own. But yes, thank you so much, Umiki, because it's a gorgeous bottle.
Yeah. So we will be seeing some more lives when you've relocated to Scotland. We'll try to do it a little more regularly, perhaps one per month or something like that. Just have to find common whiskies or common topics or something like that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, we shall reconvene in November, which really isn't all that far away, to be honest.
It isn't. And to everyone that said hi again,
Yeah.
hi.
Hello.
It's hard to see the comments on a small screen.
Yeah.
I just use my mobile phone. So that's all for tonight, folks, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a lovely Sunday and a lovely week ahead, people. So good night. Slán.
Bye-bye.